Onision is fond of using the dictionary definition of words in his videos, so I'm going to use that in mine. When I Google pedophile definition, this is what comes up: a person who is sexually attracted to children. If I go by this definition, then Onision is definitely a pedophile. This is a comment from his second wife. In it, she says that she was mentally, physically, and emotionally abused in that relationship. Never once did he care that we lost our son. Never once did he cry or get upset. In it, she accuses him of being abusive, amongst other things, and says, towards the end, that he had sex with her when she was 17 in a state where it was legal on September 28, 2010, before he had served his previous wife with divorce papers. Onision has denied that he was abusive, and I don't know enough about the situation to tell you if he was abusive or not. He has, however, acknowledged that he had sex with her when she was 17 years old, before she was married to him. He also acknowledges that he had sex with his current wife, Lainey, when she was only 17 before she was married to him. If he had sex with them when they were still children, then that would make him a pedophile, because a pedophile is someone who is sexually attracted to children, and he wouldn't have sex with them if he wasn't sexually attracted to them. In some states, it's legal to have sex with children as young as 16, such as Washington State, which is the state where Onision lives. Even in states like Washington, a person under the age of 18 is still a child. It's just legal to have sex with a child. But that still makes you a pedophile. It just means you're a legal pedophile. In Washington State, the age of majority, which is the age at which you become an adult, is 18. So even though it's legal to have sex with a 16-year-old in Washington State, it's not legal to record yourself having sex with a 16-year-old, because that would make it child pornography, because the 16-year-old is still a child. Onision states that he likes to stick to the dictionary definition of things, so using his logic, he is in fact a pedophile. But that's not just Onision's logic. In many states, the age of consent is 18, including the three most populated states, California, Texas, and Florida. Most states say that you can reach the age of majority before you're 18 years old if you get married, but Onision had sex with two of his wives when he was 17 before he got married to them. If Onision had had sex with those two girls before he was married to them when they were 17 years old in the state where I live, California, he would be guilty of rape. Onision and his bisexual wife apparently like hanging around underage girls a lot. The girl on the right is named Sarah, and she's 16 years old, and she's apparently living with Onision. Apparently, they didn't invite her over to his house until she turned 16, the age at which it's legal for them to have sex with her. On Twitter, Onision's wife wrote, "I'm literally only flirting with one person and she's not a teen." Then R3NS5 says, "And LOL, what about that teen girl that's living in your house that's not going to school? Creepy as hell." Then Sarah replies, "Well, actually, I am going to school. Didn't know you knew more about my life than me," which does seem to imply that Sarah is in fact living at their house because she did not deny that part. When she says she's going to school, what she means is she's taking online classes, and apparently Lainey has been communicating with Sarah for a little while now, and Sarah used to call herself Jailbait on Twitter. I don't know if Lainey or Onision have had sex with Sarah. I do know that Sarah's mother has given her permission to stay there, and if she was my daughter, I would have some misgivings about letting her stay at the house of a known pedophile. Recently, HeatStreet.com has called him out by posting an article called "YouTuber Onision Runs Creepy Forum Where Young Teenage Girls Post Photos in Their Underwear." I do believe that this supports the hypothesis that Onision is a pedophile, because a pedophile is someone who is attracted to underage girls, or boys. And it seems like it's possible that he's very attracted to underage girls. Drama Alert picked up on this story, and Keemstar, amongst others, have said that maybe the FBI should get involved. In Onision's defense, I don't necessarily think this is pornography, because the girls are in their underwear, they're not naked. And I understand that something could be child pornography even if it involves fully clothed children, but still, I'm not convinced that anything like this would actually be child porn. It may not be ethical, but it doesn't seem like it's illegal. Onision said on Twitter that it's no big deal because these girls are sending him pictures and he rates them. But, in reality, he definitely asks for people to send him pictures in his videos, and so it's not like he's getting unsolicited pictures from people. Onision has admitted to doing certain things that are legal but are not necessarily ethical, like having sex with underage girls in states where it's legal to do so, or getting pictures from girls, some of them underage, some of them in their underwear, even if it's not technically child pornography. The article states, on his Onision Speaks YouTube channel, he sometimes publishes videos that consist of him critiquing young girls' bodies. In these videos, he shows pictures of real girls, some of them fully clothed, but others wearing only underwear and bra. Onision tells the girls that they should lose or gain weight as part of helping them attain what he says is the ideal body type so they can feel good about themselves. While he's nice to the fit girls, he sometimes says fat girls have Shrek bodies. He also makes comments on whether he thinks the girls suffer from anorexia based on the pictures. Quote, I know anorexia doesn't have a look, but if it did, it would look like this, he commented on one girl's photo. To an Asian girl with lots of acne, he said, whatever, not all Asian people can be perfect. One thing I dislike about Onision is he often tries to do things under the pretense that he's trying to help people. For these videos, he claims that he's trying to help people with their body dysmorphic disorder. Well, maybe if you're complimented, it might help you with your body dysmorphic disorder. But if you're one of the few that he actually insults, it definitely will make your body dysmorphic disorder worse. Onision has made dozens of videos like this that he posts on his channel, and all of them are a slight variation on the same thing. Send him some pictures, and he'll judge you. These videos include Rate Me from 1 to 10, These Girls Look Gay, Onision Decides, Fat, Thick, Curvy, or Skinny, and Your Thigh Gap. He recently uploaded a video in which he guesses the age of girls and whether they are legal or not. This is a pretty good skill for a pedophile to have.
This person looks like they're about 11 or 12. Turns out they're actually 18. That's right, this person can legally consent. Interesting. This girl looks like she's like 27 or 28. Guess what? She's not. She's actually 16. So enjoy those handcuffs, pervert. So that's what they call you even though you thought she was a different age. So side by side, legal versus not legal. One person you're fine to be with, the other person you're going to jail for. It's a confusing system. This girl looks like she's 17 and it turns out she's 15. I would have guessed that this girl's like 16. Nope, she's 13. In other words, stop talking to her, stop looking at her, walk away. So how old do you think this girl is? I would have gone with 16, 17, something like that. Turns out she's 13. Yikes.
Although he said in that video that 16 is not legal, where he lives in Washington State, 16 is legal. And Onision knows this because he made a video on the age of consent in all 50 states. As you can see from this still from that video, it clearly shows the age of consent in Washington State is 16. Perhaps this is important for him because he wants to keep track of all the states in which he can legally have sex with children. The author of this article went to the website that Onision encourages people to post pictures on, which is onision.xyz. He wrote, in just a half an hour of scrolling through some of the pages and pages of posts and photos in his forum, I found dozens and dozens of examples of girls who list ages for themselves that are between 11 and 17. Again, I don't think this is illegal, but I do believe that Onision is a pedophile, because a pedophile is just somebody who is sexually attracted to children, and it is not illegal to just be a pedophile, because there's no way a court can tell who you're sexually attracted to. I don't believe this is illegal, but just going by the fact that Onision has had sex with two 17-year-old girls, I do believe he is a pedophile. It is never illegal to be a pedophile, because a pedophile is just someone who is sexually attracted to someone who is underage, and there's no way a court can tell if you're sexually attracted to someone. There are laws against acting out on your pedophile tendencies, but in some states, like Washington, pedophiles like Onision can legally have sex with children as young as 16. Perhaps instead of calling Onision the cuck, people should start calling Onision the pedo.